Right, okay, in this video we've looked at creating arrays so far and then how to pull data from an array, from a text file and so on. So we're going to use a similar text file again. So I've set a little bit of the program up already. So this is the same text file just to kind of prove really. So it's just 5 different integers that's in there. So what we're going to do, when you use data from a text file, you have to set it up as string, so pull it in as a string. So all the data, so what this line's doing here is reading all the lines in data.text. All right, it's then going to put them in a temporary array, which is with a string data type. And then what we then have to do then, this nice little line of code here, I'll explain what's going on here, like an inline function, it's going to convert all the different ages, well, all the different numbers that are in there, they're currently as strings initially, and then convert them all to integer data types and put them into a different array called ages. So that's what nice little line of code that there. So array.convertAll, which is a method taken in the temporary array, and the function then obviously going to return a string, pass that data from the temporary array, a string, and then turn it into integer. So quite nice little bit of code, that one. Okay, so let's kick on then. So that's what's going on there. So again, we've done that, kind of utilized that skill before about how to create an array from a text file. So let's kick on then. So the idea of this array is going to search through all that data, these different numbers here, and pull out the maximum value. So again, good thing about this is it's a type of exam question as well. They kind of get you to do these kind of things in some certain exam questions. Let's create another array then. So, another variable. So max. This max is going to hold again, it's going to be a temporary integer as well. It's going to hold the max value until something supersedes it, perhaps. So we'll see how we go. So it's going to be an integer, and it's going to be equal to ages, and then we have to start with 1. So we're going to take the first item in the array, which is 0. So that's going to be our temporary max value. We don't know what that is at this stage, or pretend we don't know what it is. So again, we're going to create a for loop again. So for I as integer, going to start looping through from 1, because we've already got the first one stored, which is 0. So from 1 to ages, I'm just pretending this data's ages, it could be anything really, -1, so count's going to return, it's going to run through that, the length of that array, and then we'll just do a simple if statement there. So if ages, pass in I from the for loop, if it's greater than max, then we're going to replace max with whatever ages is holding that particular time through the loop, if that makes sense. So what it's going to do is going to pull all this data in, all these different ages, so there's 5 of them all together. That for loop's going to, so we're already storing 98, I mean it just happens to be the maximum value of that, but we didn't know that. You could try just readjusting these just to prove the point really. So let's go through it again. So it's pulling the data in. Max is going to store the first one. This starts at 0 here, so it's going to store 98. It's then going to loop through and check each one. That's where the I is. Yeah, each one until the end of that array. That's what age.count does there. Okay, and then if ages, whatever it's holding at that particular time in the loop, if it's greater than max, max is going to be replaced in that array. Okay, just to show, in fact, no, I won't edit that now because it might mess. Actually, no, it shouldn't actually. Let's just change that to 98, and we'll change that one to 32. Just make sure we save it. Okay, and that should run over like that. So, yeah, hopefully, so ages then replaces max value. So I hope that makes sense. And then we just then need to output that. So text box 3 I've used this time. Again, naming's really poor on that. You shouldn't name text boxes just that. I'm just for demo purposes. So the greatest age is, all right, and then we want max there. Yeah, that's going to pull out what that is. Okay, so let's just run this then. Hopefully everything works. So here we go. So click on the button. Yeah, so it's pulled in 98. So it's proved a point there really that it's looped through each of those. It's taken 32 initially. 32 won't have been replaced by that one because it's lower, but then it would have been replaced by that one in the algorithm here, and then 45 and 62 won't have been replaced because 98 supersedes that one. All right, so nice little function, that one. Hopefully it's helpful with some of your coursework programming. I'll do a few more videos, look at some other ideas that you may utilise in your code and in your applications.